Hello, my name is Kurt Wood, and I'm the Secretary of the Executive Office of Technology Service and Security for the Commonwealth of Massachusetts. I also serve as Governor Baker's Chief Information Officer. I want to thank you all today for joining us in this most important event. I'd like to take a few minutes to talk about cybersecurity. Today, as we all know, the threats are real, the threats are growing, and it's time that we really focus on a much better approach to our cyber hygiene, our cyber health in the state of Massachusetts. Over the last several years with our executive office, we've been able to work with our municipal partners, our state agencies, and our national partners across the landscape to really focus on a much better approach to cybersecurity. An area I'd like to talk a little bit about is really security awareness and the training that we provide today to all of our executive branch staff and partners that we work with day in and day out. I'd also take a little bit of time to understand, for all of us to understand the importance of buying into cybersecurity. And it's important to understand that it's not really just an IT thing. It's not, and we should not rely on our IT staff to manage all of our IT security. And what I mean by that is that really cybersecurity and the security of our information, our data, is really all of our responsibility. You as legislators, we as executives in state government, our partners in our independents and our constitutionals, and all of our workforce, we have a responsibility to make sure that we protect the assets and the data systems of the Commonwealth of Massachusetts. And for the citizens that we all serve, the most important component of that is to make sure we protect the data of all of our constituents across the landscape. So with that, I urge all of us to make sure that we fully appreciate, we fully invest, and that we understand the importance of day-to-day the cybersecurity of the Commonwealth. It's important for all of us to work together. It's important for us to make sure that we understand how this works. If you see something suspicious, say something. That's an old adage from a public safety days and from emergency management, but it really applies to our cybersecurity landscape as well. It's important to understand, how these systems are attacked today. When we talk about security awareness training, it's important to take this training. It's important for your staff to take this training. It's important for you to evangelize this. When you're out in your districts and when you're talking to the public, we urge you to educate people. We do this all the time, and we see it getting better and better and better. However, we are in a daily fight to make sure that we can keep ahead of cyber criminals and bad actors who are trying to take over our systems. With that, I would say that our security awareness training programs across the landscape with you all are the most important approach that you can all take. I urge each of you as legislators to understand that, to work with us, to focus on making sure that we all have good cyber hygiene through your day-to-day operations. An example is like if you're in the halls of the State House and you have a badge to access, you would never give that badge to anybody else to access your office or access, the inner sanctum of the State House. The same thing should be considered for cybersecurity. We should all think about that. We should also protect our data assets and use common sense. Don't click on emails that you're not familiar with. Do not get hooked into phishing campaigns. Do not give up your credentials. Understand where these are coming from. These are really bad actors that could, take down a state system, could ransomware, could steal your money. So please, as we move forward in this process together, in this educational event, just please pay attention, participate, and provide leadership to all of us. Thank you.